Thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful painting. We are doing this amazing iris together in acrylic paint. We have a nice palette, which is the purpley, bluey, greeny tone, but doesn't matter any color you have, like a primary color, as long as you have a primary color would be amazing, like red, yellow, blue, and then black and white to make them lighter, darker. But just in case, if you have like a red, pinky tone, my pinky tone is a little bit like a quinacridone magenta, but doesn't matter any pink color you have, like alizarin crimson, like red rose, any kind of pinky value you have would work really good. But this warm red, we would like to make actually mix the colors to reach the value that we want. But this warm red give us a burgundy color, not exactly this purpley tone. For this one, if you see, it's a little bit like a pinky red we need. If you don't have any purple, we would like to mix the color to reach this value. If you have a purple, doesn't need any kind of this pinky tone. So you already can use the purple color that you have. So the other things is white can make the other colors lighter and darker, so we can use that too. And what other things we need? Yeah, the green color. If you have a green, it's okay. You can amazing. You can use green. I have Hooker's green. I have sap green, which is the nice green color. I have this dark olive green. You can use those. Or if you don't have any green, no worries. With the blue color mixed with yellow, which is the primary colors, you can get a green color. These are about the paint. You can make them ready. So primary colors are red, yellow, blue. Black and white can make the lighter and darker. These are about the paint that we need to know. The other things is the palette that we need to use it. So the palette that I'm going to use, I prefer to use palette paper for acrylic paint, which is easier to work with because one paper sheet, after I finish my painting, put in a garbage. I don't need to clean it after. This is so much easier because acrylic has glue inside, can stick to the surface. If you have plastic plate, you need to wash your palette right after you finish your painting. Please don't leave it alone for like 24 hours because it can stick to your palette, and then it's hard. It's possible to clean it, but it's so much harder. So even if you don't have this kind of paper, the plastic plate from dollar store, the one that you can use it just one time, would be great to use it. And the other things is the surface that we work on. You can work on canvas, you can work on wood or canvas paper. Mine is canvas paper. It's for oil and acrylic. It's like this kind of package. It can be for oil and acrylic. Both are okay to use it. This is the one that I go with it. I have this, it has like 24 sheet, which is, 18 sheet of the paper. It's not exactly the paper. It has a texture on top. If you see closer, it has a texture of like a canvas, which is great. And there is nothing difficult to go the other side. But the only things I need to know, I have a foam board, or even you can use this kind of board to stick it because we don't want the paper move and ruin our painting. And we can stick it with the paper tape on a board. Just 4 sides of it, we can stick. If you have a canvas, the regular canvas, that's great to use that canvas. If you have a wood board, you can use the wood board. So anything you have, even different kind of shape, like oval board or rectangular or square shape, would be great to use it. And we place our flowers there. The shape of our flowers is more like a long rectangular shape, but it's your choice. You can have an oval shape of canvas, round shape, or even a square shape. We place all this beautiful 5 iris in our canvas or even board, wood board. But a little difference between them. If you work on a wood board, wood absorb lots of paint. So you need to go very heavy and thick. But it's not the same with acrylic paint. Acrylic is not really absorb a lot. Okay, I just mounted my paper to the board with the paper tape. I have a glass of water to wash the brushes, paint, and then the brushes. We have different brushes, like a flat, filbert, round, and different size actually. You can have a smaller, bigger, depend on the size of your canvas. The brushes can change the size of the brushes. But for the details, I really recommend to have this round shape brush, which is amazing for the details. But for the rest of the painting, for smaller part, which is the flowers, it's okay to go smaller brushes. For the background, which is the nature, the leaves, the fade nature around, it's easier to cover everything with a larger brush if you feel more comfortable. But even the smaller size would be okay to use it. I would go with more filbert brush, which is curvy on top, than flat brush. Flat brush is okay, but it's here. I have flat brush, I have round brush. I'm more comfortable to do everything with filbert brush. This filbert curvy shape, it's so amazing, even to shape the top of the iris petal, work as a landscape around it. It's much more easier. So I'm going to start with the white color, brighter color, and then gradually move to the darker tone. So this is the white. Depend on the size of the canvas you have, you can choose the amount of paint put on your palette. You can go with the less or more, depend on the size, or even after we can bring more. Okay, the yellow. And even the paint can be different brands, doesn't matter, but some of them is more artistic, some is better quality, some less. For example, these both are Liquitex. This is better quality, it's an artistic one. This is like a student one. Both are really good. I don't say go for this and not this one. The only difference is the better quality has more pigment, and just the pigment is more. It depends how much money you would like to spend for it. But these are all perfect too. You don't have to go for a really expensive one. So a little bit yellow in it. And I would go with more reddish color of the red, pinky, I mean. Just in case I add a purple. If you don't have it, don't worry. I would show you with the blue color how to mix with the red and reach the purple. And this is a blue color. For the blue, I go with ultramarine blue because this is a purpley blue. We have cobalt blue as well, which is good too. But I don't recommend to go with the phthalo blue, or phthalo blue is good for the nature to make a green. But for the iris flower, phthalo has a green value in the blue. So I prefer not to use for the iris flowers. So this is that one. Now the green. These two colors can mix and give me the green. But if you like to have just the green, you can add the green too. Oh, this is yellow, sorry. I would go with green. So if you have light green, you can make always the green dark with the black and blue. You can make them warm with the brown. And even if you have just one green, you can make them light with mixing white and yellow. Just in case, I would add a little black as well. Just a little. Now I'm going to start drawing. Doesn't matter the flowers has what color. I would go with any color. Any color would be okay. I can choose white because the canvas is white. I would show the other color. I can choose a reddish color to make it look like a pinky color. Just change the value. And even yellow can give me, with the red, white can give a peachy color. It's okay to draw the shape of the iris with this one, because acrylic draws so fast and can be ready for another layers on top. We are not need to worry about any color that mix with it. So I choose this big shape here for the first iris. So I'm going to go a little space on top, a little on left side, and draw one simple shape of the fan like this, and then connect one shape of the triangle shape here, and then one here. This is one easy shape of the iris. We can make it bigger later after we finish the background. This is a really simple shape of the iris. And then pretend this part is the stem. That's it. For the other one, which is the purple one, it's close and even behind the white one. I can go another simple shape. Even I can make this a little higher. This one come lower. Again, the big fan shape here, but there are two, it's made from two oval shape actually. The part of the iris shape is like that, but I make it simple. One big shape, and then divide one, two, and then three other petals come down lower like this. Even you can add a tone on it, doesn't matter. I know that this one is white, the other one is purple. Just washy layer to cover the white of the canvas. It's a good idea like this. Make sure washy layer, not really thick. And then this is here. These are simple shape of the big shape modeling of our iris. After this two big one, which is a little bit on top, I'm going to add more here close to the bottom part. So I try to shape easier for myself. Imagine this one is the place of the other iris. So I go with the big shape of one petal here. Keep some empty space, draw one line for the other. How you can make it washy layer by adding the water to your paint. That help your paint be runny a little bit. And use the washy layer for that one, like this. And then the other petal, nice C-curve from the bottom part. Come a little bit lower like this. And another one here. At the beginning, there is so many detail around the petals, but we make it really simple for ourselves not to see all those details. Even I feel I would go higher a little, connect them together, but no, I bring it lower, it's fine. This tree has some empty space in between. They're not connected to each other, so I go with one color. For the one which is exactly connect to the this purple one, I would change a little colors because I don't want they come mixed together. So I add more pinky color to this. I mean red color. Add the water to make it runny. And pretend this petal a little bit on top, zigzaggy shape. And in some part they connect to this one and then to the center. If I make it easy, like this diamond shape, make a diamond shape. And then two nice curve bring out from both sides. That's it. Even if you're not happy with the drawing shape or if you like to change the place of them, anytime you can do that, no worries. I'm gonna show you how you can do that. For example, I'm not happy with the place of these two, I would bring it a little higher. So it's possible always. Again, add the water, add the paint. For this one, I'm going to show the big one, which is this big petal on top. And then two from the right side come down, two shape. It's actually one petal, but it divides into two shape. And then one narrow, one from the other side. I try my best to add a different tone. This is more pinky. This is a little bit mixed with the white to change the colors to be more visible. These are a simple shape of iris. You can place them all. And then I would change this two, bring it a little higher because I have less space here. You don't have to if you keep a little space in between, but I would change the place. How I can do that? Because they are dry. I would go with a little darker color. I just would like to show that anything is possible. Don't worry if you not happy with drawing or everything. Anytime you can change it. So I go with other color. I go with more darker color of pink and a little purple in it because I want to change the color. I don't want to confuse with this one. So I'm bring this one higher. I pretend this is the top part. And then this is the lower part. And this too is both sides. So you see, it's always possible. And then we cover the green around it, and then the first drawing hide it under the green. So just to show how more space we have in between. And this is a good example. If you feel not happy with any drawing part, always you can fix, you can change, and then make it perfect. Even not just at the beginning of the painting, at the end, you can do that too. You can bring some green on top, cover with the green color, and then bring the flowers. So same as this one go higher too. So I'm going to bring a little white with this to mix other lighter pink. To a triangle shape. You don't have to actually. I just want to show you different options in our painting. And then this one. After we cover everything with the green, those first drawing hide under the green color. And that's it. So please finish your drawing part, and then we are mixing the background color to move further. Because always it's better to see everything from behind, move forward. So the nature around it, the grass and the green part, all are in the background. So we finish that part, and then we move forward to shape the flowers more and make a texture on it and bring it sharp on top. So I recommend to have brown as well. I love the brown color when mixed with the other, like a greeny tone, to make it warmer. Any brown, dark, light, any brown you have is okay to bring it too. So I just would like to add the green. I would love to mix the colors with palette knife. So I have green, but I'm not using just a pure green from the tube, even if I have this. I use that, but in some case I can mix with light and dark value as well. If you don't have a green, blue, yellow give you green. Like that. Blue, yellow mixed together give you green. Depending on how much the darkness you would like to have, you can add more blue, lightness, more yellow. So I can use this one. This is a nice green color. This is a pure green that I already have. But if I would make a little bit darker, even with the pure green, I can put this here, mix a little blue, a little brown, or even black. Both give me darkness, but brown can make warm as well beside darkness. So this is another one. I would make bigger pile because the background is more, so I can make it more. This is the dark part. My pure green, I put this here. And for the lightness, make sure to have a rag or napkin or paper towel, anything which is around to clean your brush. I go with more lightness, more yellow. So 3 value, light, dark, and mid-tone. These 3 value. And then if you're not using your palette knife or brushes, you can put in a water. Or you can just do like that. Squeeze to the edge. Wipe it with paper towel or napkin. Then it's ready to use for another part. Even for palette knife as well. You can add the water, clean it later. Like that. I prefer to make, which is more bluey green. So I take this blue color, I bring it aside. I take the pure green if I have, if not a little yellow to make the same light color like this. This time I'm going to mix with the white. So blue, green, white. Depend on how much lightness you would like the color be. You can add a little bit darker blue more. I would go a little bit darker. So the feeling of bluey green, that's nice to have in our painting. This is one. The other one, I would go with the same color that we have, yellow, blue, or just green with the yellow, and then mix with white as well, because yellow give us the light and warmness, but white give it a little coolness. I love to have cool and warm value in our painting. So this is light and cool. Where we use this one for stem. The stem is nice to have beside the warmness, like this warm color and light color, to have a cool color as well. And white can make the green cool when we mix together. I'm going to choose any size of brush which is comfortable for me. And I'm going to start from the edge of my flower. So I can choose from the edge. Is better to start first with the darkness and then you can add the lightness around it. So I'm going to start with the pure green first. And then doesn't matter to be worried about the shape of the edge. You can come on top again later to cover it, to add more layers. Just as much as heavy paint you can take like this. Bring it, cover the background. With the tip of brush, you can go close to the edge of your flowers, like this. Even if it's okay if in some case you ruin the shape. The reason I do drawing first, I just would like to know this is the place of the flowers and I cover around it later. Then after the background gets dry, I can come again on top, fix all these shapes. So no worries about the flowers shape. Just try to cover the background and try to make it colorful. So you can turn your brush to use the tip, just the tip when you are closer to the edge of the flower, like this. Or when you are in a bigger spot, you can just go with the whole hair of brush. And at the same time, you can use all these colors. For example, for the top, I go with the lighter tone as well. It's like abstract shape. You can just go with the lightness, with the darkness. Try to blend the edge into each other. And use the blue color, like this, which has in our nature. You can focus on the background as much as color you would like to add right now, because I prefer to do it once. I don't want to come back again. It's possible we can come back again, but I prefer to do everything just now to finish the background. So I use as much as colors I would have on my background. Because of that, little by little, I'm going to cover it. I start with the top part by part, focusing on the side of the edge, and then I'm going lower and lower, and then cover the white of canvas. And at the same time, I use other values in between because still it's wet. They can mix together, blend together nicely. Look at this. Yeah, okay. It's okay if you like to add some more green grasses, if you like to add some stem on top. Of course, we'll come and add those later. But now we are going to cover the further background, which is the green grass and the whole shape of the greeny part. Make sure the part which a stem will come on top, we need to cover it a little lighter. If you like to have a dark stem. On the other way, if you like to have dark stem, the bottom, the nature supposed to be light. If you would like to have a light stem, the background needs to be darker. Part by part, add heavy brush stroke. Like a square shape, we are coming lower and lower. And even I'm not worried about the blending. I just add a heavy paint. Yeah, hope to be visible. From a side, you can see how much thickness is on my background and my surface, which is nice. After it gets dry, it's nice effect my painting has. And it's nature. You don't need to be blend and be smooth. You just need to cover with different shade of the green and blue. But I would try the left side be a little bit darker, the right side a little bit lighter. If you like to have an idea, I try to be a little darker from the left side and a little bit lighter on the right side. Even you can add some pure blue color mixed with this mixture of dark green. That's fine. In some case, you can use pure brown as well. As part by part, when we are coming lower, you can add different kind of shade. And then a little lighter here. Sometimes when we add some lightness, we feel that I'm not happy with this much light color. So again, back to dark color. It's just back and forth with the paint to cover it beautifully. And it depends. My work is on a paper, so the paper absorbs much more than the standard canvas. So sometimes I need to again add more paint on it to mix and then cover the background. When you are coming in between the petals, make sure to use the tip of brush. Turn your brush and use the tip of brush. And anytime you need to add a little drop of water in your mixture, make sure to add. We don't need to use the runny paint this time because we would like to cover it thick and heavy, but sometimes it's hard to move the brush. So for that reason, we need to add a little drop of water in our mixture. So no worries. Don't forget to change the colors. Light, dark, green, blue, all will work to shape the background color. And even sometimes pure brown. Okay, I can show you something. When the brush like this happen, you can see here. This is actually a technique of dry brush stroke. We use this on top most of the time, not for the background, not for the covering um, the canvas. So when this happens, it means that the paint is really dry. So add a drop of water in your mixture of paint and then come back on your canvas. You see, it's cover it easily. But make sure to use lots of paint, not very light paint. We use a lots of heavy paint. I use green, I use blue. All this mixture of it I make, I try to use all of them during the way that I cover the background. This is one of the amazing flowers. They're very nice, lovely, and even colorful. We have different color for the iris. And short brush stroke even. Cover short brush stroke. You can see all this movement you can see on my painting. I go with short brush stroke and all of them are really showing on my painting like this, just beside each other. We don't need to be worried about blending in acrylic paint. It's not same as oil. We just try to sit all the colors beside each other in a nice way, and that's amazing. That's it. We don't need to blend a lot. But during this journey that I'm going down and cover all this background, you can see I'm covering with different value, different tone, different colors. So I use all this mixture I have at the same time. And the other difference between the regular standard canvas and the paper is paper dry faster. So it's harder to work with. If you work with the paper, make sure it's dry faster. Sometimes it's better because you would like to finish one part fast and then switch the other is okay, but not always. Oops, that's too dark. Okay. So then I come back, I finish the background, I come back again to check which part I'm feeling not happy and then add more. And then if I'm happy with, I leave it alone to completely get dry. Be ready for another pass. I just give you time to work. I'm going to mix the colors. We have already the base of the colors. We don't have a lots of mixture because we have the ultramarine blue and a little bit pinky tone, which is fine. Ultramarine, the pure one, is good for just the darkness, but I would change even the pure one with a little mixing of the reddish color, a little bit. So this is more warm and dark. So I put this aside and then I go with a little bit more the same color that I mix. This time I'm going to mix a little white with that too, to reach beautiful light purple. This is a little reddish purple, so I need blue to add, make it bluey purple and light. It's the same as this one, you see here? If you have this, it's the same. So you don't have to always mix, it's the same. If you have purple, you can use the pure tube of the purple, you don't have to mix. And in the painting, we add some more pinky tone to mix with, to make it a little bit towards reddish, towards bluish, so we can play with the paint. So I mix this one, just the pink and the blue, to reach another value of the purple. These are a bluey purple. This is a reddish purple. So reddish purple has more red in it. This one. And anytime you would like to make it lighter, white can come make it lighter. So a little more blue I feel I need. Yeah. Now for the flowers, which is smaller part, we can switch smaller brush. You don't have to always work with one brush. So one smaller one sometimes easier to work as a detail and smaller parts. So I'm going to choose this brush and I'm going to choose this petal. I know the top part is lighter and wider, so I fix even the shape and everything. But first of all, I'm going to choose this darker one, heavy paint. I'm going to use this one. The way that I go for the petal, especially for iris, start from center, like this, like a line. Make this fan cover. And even the edge can be zigzaggy. And even you can make it bigger. Bring it to the green part of the nature. Of course, I know some part need to be lighter. So once at a time, one by one, I'm doing that. After I finish the whole shape with one value, in some part it needs a little lighter. So I'm going to bring the lighter, come inside to blend it with the tip of brush. Take a little lighter to the edge, come inside and make it blend. The reason I go one by one because Acrylic dries so fast. So if you work this and then move that one, this one gets dry. So we need to finish once at a time. This is one petal. The smaller one on the left, it's just the dark one. So I take the dark one, just adding the shape with one value, and that's it. Even you can go really thick. You don't need to be very light. For this petal, I feel something in between. So I have blue. I would a little bit add a purple to make it a little lighter. Something between these two color I mean. And take, come higher, cover it. Don't worry about the thickness. It's supposed to be really thick. It's fine. And then come with the lighter tone to cover some part like this. Design it. So first of all, we go with the base, which is dark. And we don't let it dry. We come on top again with lighter tone. And I'm really thick. I hope it's visible on the camera. So I see some hard edge here as well and some more darkness of the paint. So you don't need to blend that. In acrylic, we don't blend much. We just try to shape like an abstract shape. This tree is done. I'm going higher on the top part to form and shape the top part. I know it's not much dark, same as here, but something between the light and dark. So I go with the blue color I have. I have this purple, but if you don't have it, just a little red and white can make some in between. I make that one here, but still something in between. This is too dark, this is too light. Something middle I would make. So I make that. Take a heavy paint. Start zigzaggy to cover whole this big part. After that, we need to make it a little bit accurate, precise. We make this a little come out. It's a time that if you would like to make it bigger, of course you can do it now. And again, I don't let it dry. I would go with some darkness to separate these two from each other. Heavy paint, draw one line in the center. And one line here in the center too. And then clean the brush, no water, the light color. I'm going to add the light color right away and on the top of the petal like this. Bring it inside. Even some part need just a pure white color, even here. When it's wet, I bring some pure white color. Let it blend with the rest of the purple I have. Not blend, I mean, there's no blending a lot in an acrylic paint. Just beside each other, you know. And then play with the brush stroke to make it more interesting and liney, because all the petal is so liney. And yeah, we built it. The yellow part is not ready to go. We'll do it later after the purple gets dry. But this is the first iris flower, which is done. Then gradually you can make it lighter and lighter if you like to add more light color. I'm okay with this to keep it like that. I'm with dark blue color here. I have this dark blue color, a little bit pinky tone is in it, and then it helps it get a little bit darker. So I take that. I'm going to start the side, which is a little dark. I see even here. I know that it's two petals connect into each other. It's fine. I just pretend that this part is really dark. Okay. And then I go with this part, which is really dark. But I cover here more. And then I'm going to take this mid-tone color that I already made to cover the rest. I know it's not really mid-tone as well. It's really lighter, but I would base, the base is darker and then mid-tone, and then we come on top and add more higher, lighter color on top. Just heavily shaped like this. And then add the purple on this petal too. Now move on with the light tone. Another light tone. I just take a heavy paint, try to put on this iris part and then bring it to the center. Put the heavy paint, lighter tone, bring it to the center. You see it's nicely the value change, not really hard edge, because we go gradually from dark into the light. And then I'm going to add some brush stroke like this. And now I'm going to use the white because this one has more white in here. Heavy. I just go heavily, just put the white, pressure the brush, and then move, turn like this, and then come to the center. It's scary at the beginning. I really feel that it's scary, but just work and make it interesting and try to use some blending. Nothing happened. It's just the beauty of the flowers happen. That's it. One stroke like that, some like this. It's really hard. I know it's not exactly between light and dark movements happen like this. But again, I come on top with some mid-tone color, let it melt into each other. Even here, I have light, mid-tone, and dark tone beside each other here. Then I can add any of them that I need. I feel I'm happy with this. I don't overwork. When you're happy, just leave it alone. Okay. If you're okay, these two blue color, blue purple is done. We can move to this one, which is reddish purpley, and this is the color that we need. But we need the darker tone as well. So I just clean the brush that I already have. This is for the mid-tone is okay, and the pure white for the light tone. One more layer is darker than this we need. So we already have this mid-tone color. I would mix blue and this red together. More reddish color or pinky color give me the darker tone, which is good for the base. So I take that one. I try to shape this petal to cover as much as part that I can because this is a good darker tone. And at the same time, I take this one, especially from the edge of the flower petal, come inside from the edge. You see, I just try to add darker tone. Even for this one, I don't need that much dark. I start to apply with the same color and even a little pure white, because already white and this mix together, and then do like that, zigzaggy, like this. With the movement of brush stroke, I can shape the iris petal. Okay. Now on top, back to the color, darker. Just cover it. I try to go like a zigzaggy everywhere. When I have a paint, like that, try to go with the edge, be zigzaggy shape, and then go with the lighter tone here on the side, heavy, even white color, because it's wet, so pure white can work on it. And then let it go with the tip of brush, like this. And here, let it go like this. Already have a lightness, darkness. Back to this one, dark beside the light. And that's it. Like, we don't need to be worried about the blending much. As I mentioned, it's heavy paint, can sit beside each other to be showing the light and dark here. It's really hard edge, I can see, and would be fine. Okay, this is the pinky one. So far, so good. So just please let me know if you need more time, because it's an online class. We cannot see which stage you are. You just give it time, but I'm not sure you're following me or not yet completely. So we are done with this colorful iris. The two white one is left. So I'm going to do this too. And then we are adding the stems around it. So even this two that I mentioned, it's not pure white color. It has a light blue purpley tone. And then on top, we are going to add the white. So clean the brush. We already have the base color ready here, but we need to make them lighter. So we have this and we have this one. I would go with this one first. I'm going to mix so much white with that, hopefully not dry, because sometimes a little time when we give the paint, it gets completely dry. So yeah, it's get dry. So I just again make very, very light purple with so much white in it, very light purple. Something like that. So this is good. I'm going to take that. It's very bright and light purple. I'm going to show the same technique. You see, I turn my brush everywhere. Try to use as much as paint I have to cover it. Like that. And even I keep it really thick like this, be visible. And then I move from the other petal to come a little bit darkness we need here, so I can apply this little darkness. Even here I can apply some light darkness a little bit on the center. It's a good time now. And then again, back to this color we already have, and try to be really heavy and thick and bring it back like that. It is not showing any pure white color now, but again, I wash the brush, clean it with napkin. I don't let this dry. I would go with a pure, thick white color. I'm going to apply on top. You see now? It's really thick. I play with the paint. It's okay in some part which is dry. This one's not dry completely. They can blend together. It's okay. Mix together. It's fine. Even you can use the tip of brush to add some line to shape the design of this beautiful flower. Slowly, gently, we are adding more details around. With your hand, control and pressure, you can design it. Like that. Even this petal is very light. I can go with the pure white color in most of the part of this one. And even edge of here. Center is yellow. Make sure to keep that center for the yellow. And that's it. Maybe a little bit here. Is it not so sweet? It is, and even it's really thick. I hope it's visible. Yeah, here. It's really thick with me. So take more heavy paint. I'm going to start with the bigger part of the petal. Apply once in somewhere. Try to move the brush. Even in some part which is need a little, make it bigger. Of course you can do now to cover it. At the same time, I'm going to take just a bit lighter, sorry, darker for some part like that to separate each part of the petal from each other, even the line. It's wet, blend a lot, it's fine. And then move for the other part of the petal like this. Okay. And even the other one like that. But it's a little light. I would go with darker, especially for this and this one. Just play with your paint, bring it, and design it like that. When you go a little bit thick, it gives you time to still be wet, and you can apply more layers on it. That's it. I'm not adding any white color now, still. In my brush, pure white. Here is more pure white. I'm just playing with my white to add a little bit on the top. And then with the tip of brush, blend it and move it toward the center. That's it. This one I apply, play with the brush, bring it to the center like a line. This petal has a little bit line with the tip of pointy of the brush. Here too, pure white. On the side, pure white too. And some line. And that's it. We are done with the shape of the iris. Brush, which is a little bit easier to do and more comfortable. I feel more comfortable for smaller brush I am for the details. So I'm going to take the yellow, just the yellow one, and I feel it's nice to do with yellow, just the yellow. A little bit, you can make it peachy if you like, it's fine. With mixing with a pink or red, but pure yellow can be work. And then I'm going to add some here. Randomly add some details of the yellow here, like that. Spread toward left and right. If it's not easy to see because yellow is transparent, you can mix some part with the white. Bring it in between. When we are closer to the bottom part, like here, I'm going more orangey. On the top is fine to add just ready. Even the thick color, I'm not going very light. I just try to be really thick. Even here. Add some details even here, just to pretend the brush stroke. Everywhere I just try to add a little brush stroke to pretend these are the nice, because these are complementary color, yellow, purple. That's nice to be close to each other. Each of them has a teeny tiny part that we can apply. Even a thick paint, I try to bring it. They feel would be okay. That's enough. So then we can apply those and then we move on for adding the stem. I'm going to, let me bring some green. I'm going to mix green with just the black. Depend on which part of the background we work. When it's light, we need to have darker tone. So green and black give me darker green. So these three. Warm green, because I have a yellow in it. Light green and cool green, because I have just white. Dark green, I have green and black. One technique which is easy to do if you like, with a palette knife if you have. Take from one side. I just show you this, one side, and apply everywhere that you like to have just a little step. You can draw the line very narrow. See? One side, take the palette knife like with the side, and very gently just put on somewhere that you would like to have a stem, like this. That's it. Already narrow. But I would go other kind of things too. I don't want, if you don't have any palette knife, follow this. I would go with just the brush. I'm more comfortable with the tip of brush, not the round shape. The round shape for me is challenging, make my line thick. But I make the tip of brush very liney like that. Take the paint like this, still so narrow, and straight on top of the canvas like that. Very gently narrow line like that. You see, it's very gentle and less pressure. Again, another paint, liney. Put on my canvas and draw one line very gently from top to bottom. Like it's okay if it gets a little bit thickness. Nothing seriously happened. But if you like the narrow line, do like this. Make it busy with some line. Even some thickness, give us like a leaves around. We have it like that. Randomly make some thicker as the leaves. Even continue with dark. Just make it busy as much as you like with the stems and some leaves. But make sure to connect some of these stems exactly to the flowers to see that we have some connect to the flowers. But even beside that, you can randomly add some more on top of the sky, on top of the background. Any part which has a light, you need to come on top with darker color. Any part which has a dark, you need to come with lighter tone, because we would like to see everything. And make sure randomly toward left, toward right. You don't need to be really flat and straight. You can repeat the line 2-3 times. Less pressure on your hand, and then add some gentle, just a line like this, bending toward right and left. Like that. Okay. I make it busy with the line, just in case if you like to have some, like a blossom of iris. For this one, I would like to add a blossom, just a purpley bluey color. Ring, and make sure to have a movement like this, and it shows that this is a blossom of the flower, and then one lightness on top. Even for this one, you can apply just a little bit movement. Shape the blossom, you can see here, if you like to have that. Practice the line. Sometimes it's challenging, I'm sure. It's not easy to draw the line comfortably. If you need to add a drop of water, add a little drop of water. Make it helpful to draw a narrow line, but make sure when under you're painting the background, which is dark like this, we need lighter green. If the background like that part is light, we need darker green as a nice coverage to come for the stem. And then that's the last part. So if you work on it, then it's done. We did a beautiful painting of the iris.